You know what? I don't have to tolerate this. I don't have to sit around here and look at these signs. I have other options. Leave me alone. That's good. There we go. And now we're gonna spite them. Howdy, folks, by the way. Welcome back to the Twilight Forests. It's me, Reese, and today we're going to spite whoever is spying on me and leaving me notes by ignoring their warning and going to fight the beast what dwells in the frozen lands. Are we yet ready for such an encounter? Well, no, we're not. In fact, I know that we're not, but we're going to be by the end of today's installments. First things first, let's go ahead and have a look at what we've got. So we have these iron boots with +2 armor, and that's fine. Oh, by the way, I've cleaned up my inventory. I don't know if you noticed, but I tucked some things away, so I did have some of the iron going through here. I see that it is finished processing, so we can feed through, I don't know, maybe the tin ore now if we wanted to, get that going. And that should just very slowly process through here. We've got 34 iron dust, which is great. And we can actually start cooking that up over here if we want to. And we're pretty much topped off in the fragmented. I got up here all that chicken that we got last time cooked up. So we've got a fairly decent food supply now. I just wanted to have the, you know, the inventory tidy before we got started. I am still trying to remember where I'm storing certain things, right? And I keep forgetting to put certain things back, like the fragmented carbon there, but we're getting there, we're putting it together. So today we're going to be building a couple of different things and then going to confront the yeti who lives in the cave right over here. Now I don't know to what end we're going to go face this yeti. I don't know what it drops. I don't know what advantage there is to defeating it, but it exists. It threatened me with its existence. It was actually an entirely different, unrelated yeti over here that attacked me, but that doesn't matter. Okay, this is the one that we're going to go to war with, I suppose. And what we're going to do is we're going to need to build a new crossbow. But before we even do that, we're going to build the Repair Talisman, which will repair nearby players' items on a pedestal, or if you have it in your inventory, it will repair items in your inventory. If you put it in a particular type of chest, in particular here, what we would be looking for is the Alchemical Chest, which I'm pretty sure we can build one of these, but it'll restore whatever you drop in it, and also that's a fairly spacious chest. It's a little bit smaller than something like the Obsidian or Diamond Chest, which I think are the exact same chest, but the Obsidian you can't blow up, which is why I tend to build that, because you just take the Diamond Chest and add Obsidian. It's not a big ask, and it's more secure. It's a little bit smaller, but as you can tell, I mean, even just looking at the Diamond Chest, if EMC is the currency of the world, 28,000 is a lot more than 8,000, and we'll round up. You know what? We'll round this one down 28,000. We'll round this one up 9,000. A lot less, okay? And it's a pretty simple build. I'm not saying we're going to build that today, though. We're going to build the Repair Talisman. We're going to build some explosive arrows, which will necessitate the construction of a bow as well. So fortunately, we do have plenty of string, and we do have plenty of sticks. It felt like the sound effects were delayed a little bit on that. That is not the correct... Wow, I'm doing this the complete opposite of the way I've always done it, and it is not working, and thank goodness for it, because it would have been horrible if that had worked. Is this not how you build a bow and arrow? Oh, well, no, not the arrow part, just the bow. I always say them together, though. What am I doing? I know that. I know that that's how that works. The string isn't the part that bends. Can you... Is this shapeless? It's not. Wait, I'm still doing it! I'm still doing it! That's it, right there. That's how you do it. I don't know what has come over me, but there we go. Basic bow. And then we actually need to build another one of those. Look at me go. And we haven't really answered the question of whether or not it's shapeless here. So, I mean, not shapeless. Shapeless would imply that you can put it in there in any orientation and it would work. More so just the recipe works inverted. So we'll get the second one there to build the crossbow. And then in order to build that, we will also need some regular old... Was it 4? Was it 2? It was 2. And then 4 iron. But we're going to build the Repair Talisman so that we never have to build another one of these, hopefully. I don't know why the screen flickered. I don't know if it did that on the capture. It might have just done it on my monitor. I've been having strange problems with my new monitor since I purchased it. If you've been watching any of the live content that we've done recently over on the Howdy Folks LP channel. You'll have heard me complain about that, but here we go. We're going to build some more crossbow bolts, and we also need to keep in mind that we do have more crossbow bolts inside of here. There's an entire stack and a backup sword, so that is inside of the backpack. We can make an alchemical pack as well. I think if we looked at recipes for the alchemical chest, you can turn it into a alchemical bag, and I believe the repair talisman would work in there as well. And this is a better backpack, I think. I'm pretty sure it's more spacious than this from memory. We built this one just to do something a little bit different. You know, if you've watched the full Tekkit series, you'll have seen me build that heaven only knows how many times at this point, and I thought it might be fun to do something a little bit different, and hopefully you agree. And if you don't, that's okay too. You know, it's we all live in freedom, and we all get to make our own choices, and like what we like and dislike what we don't. It's a beautiful thing about society. Now, previously, we picked up a new type of fur called Arctic fur. And Arctic fur can be used to create boots that are better than what we've got, because they have 2 armor, like our current boots, but they also have 2 armor toughness. Now, one thing I do want to check before we just go ahead and build that. Okay, this is 6 armor, this is 7 armor, this is 2 armor, versus if we look at what we can do here, 5 plus 2, 2 plus 2, 2 plus 7. Okay. Well, we've only got 9 to work with. So what we can reasonably do is build these. Dyeable like leather, lots of fun. And then we could also build the Arctic hood if we wanted to. And we can replace our golden helmet, although it does have protection and unbreaking. So those are things to keep in mind. This kind of looks neat, though. I look like I'm ready to go, like, mush across the frozen northern expanse. This is just an objectively better thing to have on. And then we can dye them, too, but I kind of don't want to. We might dye another set in the future. What I'm trying to decide right now, though, is whether or not I want to keep the golden helmet. I like this, but we really never see ourselves, do we? We never see ourselves because we're always playing in first person. And, I mean, yeah, you get plus 2 armor toughness. That's nifty. But isn't it probably better and more useful for us to have protection 4 or protection 4 and unbreaking 3? Unbreaking 3 maybe not so much, but protection 4, I mean, I don't even know what it does. You know what we can do is we can go ahead and put these items in here and keep them with us. My monitor is flickering a lot. Is that happening in game? It kind of looks like it is. I'm looking up at the capture now. Maybe not. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. Again, I've had issues with this monitor. Not relevant, though! Not relevant at all! Let's stay focused on the task at hand. So we built ourselves some more crossbow bolts and a new crossbow. Let's make sure that they never break again with the repair talisman, which will necessitate the construction of low covalence, medium covalence, and high covalence dust even, as well as some paper, which will take some sugarcane. We should probably, while we're thinking about it, go bury some sugarcane. I'll get around to that. We will also need 2 string. We only need 1 paper. But I don't feel like paper goes in here. Even though we got sugarcane from here, paper... Oh. Alright. I mean, I don't know where it came from or why we have it, but sure, that's fine. We only need the 1 piece. And then the covalence dust, I'm going to try to do this from memory. One of them requires charcoal. Another one requires coal, a diamond, redstone, cobblestone. We're going to try to do this from memory here. I think the lowest tier 1 is charcoal with cobblestone, and that'll get us low covalence dust. So we can go ahead and tick that off. The next one that I know of, is it coal and... you know what? I think it's actually the opposite. I think it might be a single piece of iron and then coal? No? Maybe it's just... There we go. Iron and redstone gets us medium covalence, and then a diamond and coal. No? Okay, just a single coal and a single diamond. Okay. That gets us our 3 covalence dust. I did it all from memory, everyone. A thing that I've been doing since literally 2012. I did from memory. Isn't that great? That'll get us our repair talisman. And I'm pretty sure... Oh! It's already repairing our shield. I was trying to remember, and I think we even had this same discussion when we did our base Tekkit 2 playthrough of whether or not it would repair things on your person, whether or not to repair things in the hotbar. If it was not in the hotbar, I felt like it would, but I couldn't specifically remember, and it in fact does. And here's a fun fact for you. As you can see here, everything I've got is restoring. But if you build more than one, it will actually affect... it'll affect the time at which things get repaired. So if we built a couple more of these, okay, and they don't stack, keep that in mind. So if you're going to have 4 of them in your inventory, you know, they're going to take up 4 slots. But as you can see, our Naga armor is getting repaired, even though it doesn't have an EMC value. That makes it kind of harder to tell, because a tool's EMC value is determined by its damage. So you can watch as it gets restored. You just saw a big leap over here on the shears. You can watch the EMC tick up, and that's a good sort of indication. You can also tell with the shield how it's bobbing up and down here in my inventory. Same thing if you're holding a tool. There you go. It's a little bit harder on armor pieces that don't have EMC value, or tools that don't have an EMC value, but as you can see, the Naga scales, leggings and tunic, and even our helmet now are fully restored, which is fantastic. Something else to check was whether or not it would work inside of a bog standard chest. So inside of this chest, where we've got, let's say, this stone pickaxe, I'm trying to remember whether or not we've already done this. I don't think it will. Yeah, it looks like it will not. So no matter how long we leave these items in here, they will never repair unless we also build the Alchemical Chest, which, looking at the recipe, that's basically nothing. We can build one of those. Diamonds seem to be very plentiful in the Twilight Forest, which is fantastic, and we only need 1 of those, 2 iron, a couple of stone. It does look like real stone, though, so we will need to, if we don't already have a couple of pieces of regular stone, we'll have to cook up a couple of pieces of cobblestone, and we'll get those going. And then we will have to combine that all with the covalence dust and a bog standard chest. I'm just trying to stay focused on the goals here today and not think about the fact that as we speak, someone or something in the forest is watching us. And do you think it's the dog? It's getting ready to come up here and leave signs behind telling me that it's been watching what I'm doing. Is it in the trees? No one ever looks up. I learned that from the Ranger's Apprentice book series back in the day. People don't look up. People need to look up, okay? Listen. You never know what's happening above you, what's hiding right out of sight. Alchemical Chest. There we go. We'll plop this thing down. I'll tell you what, we'll put it right here. But then we are going to move anything that has, like, a health value to it, I suppose you might say. And we're going to dump it in here. So all of this armor and all of these different tools. The Scepter of Life. It repairs the Scepter of Life draining? Really? It recharges it. That feels like cheating. That feels borderline like cheating. But there we go, and something disappeared from in here. That was odd, wasn't it? Don't know what that was all about, but we'll take these as well. That kind of just leaves this empty with just the pocket crafting table and the arrow, and that suits me just fine. Coming back over here, though, we will dump these in there, and you can see immediately it got to town repairing these objects, which is what we like to see. So when we come back, all of these will be restored, and if we ever really need a stone pickaxe for something again, it'll be ready to go. Now, why would we ever need that? I don't know. You'll have to tell me. Someone recommended building a trophy room, and I like that idea quite a bit. I think we might do that around one of these here trees. So we've got our bedroom back here. We could just kind of set our trophies up back here. Is there a trophy display? Hold on just a second. Is there some kind of a display for our trophies? Fireworks display, diamond chisel from Chisel and Bits, a display screen, blah, 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 blah. Let's look up trophies. Let's spell it correctly first off. And then if we look at uses... Oh, you can't. Well, I mean, does it mention... Oh. Hello, pick that back up. Thank you. I don't even know why I have that in my inventory right now. Get rid of it. Oh, look, everything in here has been repaired. That is wonderful, except for that stone axe that we just tossed in. Right. Trophies. We've got 3 Naga ones, so I guess I'm willing to risk it a little bit. Like, what happens if we just right-click that on the ground? Oh! It makes a little sound effect when you right-click it. Punch it to pick it back up. Well, we could just set it here like that. That's unsettling. That's unnerving. We'll build something proper for it. We'll build a proper room, and we'll put them all down, and then we'll just stand in the middle, and we'll rotate, and we'll right-click all of them, and make like a horrible cacophony of a noise, and it'll be a good time. But now, I'm thinking we're probably ready to go take on the beast. Let's envy our inventory first. I think that maybe in here is a good place for covalence dusts. Does that make more sense than storing them over here with processed ores and goods? This feels like where processed ores and goods would go. Maybe that's just me, though. I'm not sure. We do also have those diamond pants with fire protection, but nothing we're fighting over here. Like, as far as I could tell, the beast, you know, the yeti, did not have any fire attacks, so I'm not too concerned on that front. I think we're good there. If we ever fight something that does have fire attacks, we know what to do. We have horse armor, which is kind of cool, but doesn't seem to have... Does horse armor take damage? Do you have to repair it over time? I'm not sure. We'll leave it in here for now, and if we ever find a horse, which would be fantastic, we'll come back for it. But we've got to make the explosive arrows next, so that's the next thing on our list. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of Alchemical Chest, repair Talisman. If we have to build those again in the future, we'll go ahead and pull them back up. But the explosive arrows here requires that we get gunpowder. We do have 8 gunpowder. We have sticks. We should have a few flints, although we can get more flints, ironically, by running the flint through... Hold on, recipe. Here we go. Oh, you need an extractor. I think we made the same mistake previously. I think I was under the impression you could run it through the macerator, and I was wrong then, and enough time has passed that I'm wrong again. But let's run some copper ore through there. That'll be a good time. Wish arrows had an alternate recipe. That would be super convenient, but it doesn't look like it is meant to be. That is okay. We have feathers, we have sticks, we have flint. We can make 12 arrows, I think. It makes 4 each, right? Yeah, 12. And then even then, we can only make a few explosive ones. So we'll see how these go for us. We'll see how they go. We'll put them up here next to these, put these here, and we will leave behind... You know what? We're actually going to go ahead and leave behind these arrows. We have 31 arrows. I didn't have to make any more. I'm just an idiot. I even saw them in this chest earlier and said arrows out loud as an indication of what was in this chest. I don't know what to tell you, folks. I genuinely have no idea what to tell you. I'm just a funny fella sometimes, alright? I think we're ready to go fight the Super Yeti, though. I feel pretty prepared. We're gonna leave the dogs behind again, because bless them, I'm worried that they will just die. I'm going to leave all of our tools up here, and we're going to just keep these with us, and we're going to put these, like, right above. And we're going to go ahead and get this ready. There we go. So that's ready to fire. A lot of contention in the crossbow community whether or not you should leave it cocked, because will that stretch out the string or the rope or what have you? I don't know. I don't really have any opinion on it because I don't own a crossbow and this is a video game, so I don't have to worry about such things. That's not something that I need to be concerned with. It's a shame that we've not found any more uniquely colored... Oh, gosh darn it, that freaking shield's gonna get on my nerves. We've not found any uniquely colored rams. I wish we did. I think what we could do is we could build the Philosopher's Stone, and from there we could use the Philosopher's Stone to change the color of the different pieces of wool. Is that a thing the Philosopher's Stone can do? It sounds real. It sounds like a real thing to me. It sounds like it could be real. I believe this is the mound here where we're going to be fighting the beast. Directly east, south, northwest of the quest ram? Yeah, the north is this direction, which is strange because for some reason in my mind I think it's that way, but no. Directly to our west. Quest ram. It's a little risky fighting over here, I think, because there is a massive chasm, or chasm, if you're so inclined, or enchined if you... Well, that doesn't make any sense. We could get knocked off of here by a massive yeti and die in the descent to the depths of the massive cavern, or a crevice, even. You might be a crevice type of person, I don't know. I'm gonna pretend like, you know, crevice person's a real thing. Okay. Yep, here they are. Frostmaw, the Alpha Yeti.